Right, on Ramble Road, Joe suffers memory loss.
I don't remember that.
Paul is in pain.
I'm in pain.
Jacob cracks his skull open.
But I went, ow, that sort of hurt.
And I return Monk.
Rock.
Greetings, welcome to Ramble Road. Yeah, it's us.
Again.
With me, my wonderful co-host, Jacob.
Hi, I'm really excited to be here. Just trying to add a bit of life to this podcast intro.
Paul.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a mystery segment, so watch till the end of the episode to find out what quirky thing I do next.
Oh, that's a good tease.
Spicy. And Joe.
Hi, I am here and not drinking yet.
I would like to point out through that intro I was basically almost fucking crying. Jesus Christ.
I'll be crying soon. Maybe in this episode.
Who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Oh, if you hear any loud banging noises, that's probably the fireworks going off nearby.
Yes, because this is being recorded
fireworks.
on the 5th of November. So if anything we say in this podcast is out of date by the time it's released,
It's
go
your
blame
fault.
someone. It's not my fault. It's
No, it's your fault. I'm talking to you, the listener. Your fault.
yes, it's the
You
listener's
did
fault.
it.
You should
Should have listened to it when it came
On
out.
the day.
blame
No other
blame
time.
no blame every resident of Nevada.
Yeah.
We blame
And every
Nevada.
resident of Wyoming for not existing.
Nevada's like 50th in the education rankings. in
Nevada
America.
has
Of
one
America.
person living in it.
Yeah, so
What?
I don't think it can count.
What? Even Alabama's higher.
I think so. Let me just check the sources.
There's
on
no
that
way.
real
There's
quick.
no way that can be true.
Okay.
Oh, if you hear a lack of me talking, it's because I'm currently doing coursework while recording as well.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I'm multitasking.
Dedication on the part
Honestly-
by some people.
Yeah, lack of dedication. Not like I
You
showed
should be
up
focusing.
5 minutes
full
before I was
attention
about
to
to be
it.
fired if I didn't.
Uh,
No, you wouldn't have been fired. You would have just been replaced by another person called Joe.
Disappointed. Anyway, I was eating in the canteen, and
What
no,
did you
no.
have?
it was a steak pie that had tomato in it for some reason. So it was a tomatoey steak pie.
What, like
Couscous.
chunks of tomato into it?
No, the sauce was tomatoey.
Ah,
Rather than having a gravy sauce, it was a tomato sauce in a steak pie.
strange.
Do you see the issue? But
I
yeah,
looked it up, guys. It's 45th. So Alabama's the
What's on the bottom?
worst.
Oh, that makes
Alabama's
sense.
50th.
yeah, well.
Sweet home Alabama.
I'm surprised Alaska's 47th.
That's probably because there's 2 people that live in Alaska.
That
and they
is
all
true.
work
You're
on
really
oil
smart.
rigs.
Mm.
Shall we discuss how we often start these podcasts with our amazing COVID updates?
Oh yeah.
Back
We're
in
heading into
lockdown.
another lockdown, fellas! Yay!
Yes.
Yeah, Lockdown 2 Electric Boogaloo, brought to you
Do
by
you
the Roni Corporation.
Do you know my favourite part about this whole new lockdown was 10 days before it was announced, Boris was going oh, you saying we should put in a full lockdown, this will be a terrible idea.
And
And then all,
And then does
Boris
it.
has this problem that no other politician has, which is he speaks indefinites, whereas
Yes.
every other politician never speaks indefinites.
Like
So
when it
Boris
was
says
talk about
something
speak-
and then changes it, and because
Like
he's
when it
not
was
Big Brother, he
always-
can't just delete it.
It's the same. It was when it was like Brexit. He was like, right, it'll be on October the 31st. It's gonna happen. He was getting in the car saying, yeah, October the 31st. In that one video, he's saying October 31st. October 31st. He's like,
we're gonna get it done.
December the 1st.
Funniest
January
part
the
is
1st, and then now it's just
this whole thing just seems kind of pointless because schools are still open.
And
Yeah.
universities.
Yeah.
well, some universities.
What is yours not?
No,
Nice.
we haven't been open since the start. I've literally just been doing it all at home.
I mean, mine's basically nothing's changed other than that the gyms are shut, which is a disappointment because I bought my gym membership less than a week before lockdown. Not before lockdown, before I went into isolation. And then after I went into isolation, I get out of isolation, and a day later we're going into lockdown.
It might last longer than 4 weeks.
It's not going to work.
It
Exactly.
isn't. They're planning lockdown 3 already, and they've not even done lockdown
What
2.
is the point of?
I was speaking to someone about this, and we think the only way to actually sort this problem out is to do like a full militarized lockdown. Make sure everyone stays in the house for 2 weeks. Literally, no one leaves anywhere. If you work in a factory, you're gonna have to live in that factory.
What?
We're gonna have to full militarize everything, and then everyone be in isolation for 2 weeks.
But if you think about the logistics of that,
So-
you know,
Yeah,
like,
that's physically impossible.
It is physically
people
impossible, but it
people
would be
need
the only
to
way to
go
do
out.
it. No, they're not allowed to go out.
To some
Go
extent.
Go
Like,
out
let's
and get
say you wanna
shot.
you
Go
wanna
out.
go shopping, go buy some food or something, or
No, that's the
do a
thing.
little
You
bit
have
of
to
exercise.
stockpile for the whole month, and then you're not allowed to leave.
Yeah, but then you have another problem where it's like
Everyone
we're
goes to the
hoarding
shop
stuff.
at the same time.
We'll get someone to drop food parcels through the chimney.
So we can
Yeah,
get the
and then
military to
you-
do that then.
What are we gonna
Yeah,
have?
then you have the
Santa
other
Claus?
problem that
But
they
they
won't
must isolate
like
in the
that.
helicopter for 2 weeks.
In the helicopter. Do they have to remain in the
plan
air
is
for 2
flawless.
weeks?
Yeah, my plan is flawless.
You should become a politician. I think you'd do
I
a
should
better
do
job.
that. I could win. What would my party be called?
Your party
You
name
know-
would be the anti-lockdown party. Your job is to delete the anti-lockdown party through lockdown.
Nice.
My party would be great because I would be prime minister. Then as chancellor, I would appoint the guy with the bucket on his head,
Yeah, can't
What,
put.
yeah,
and then
Is it
as-
Lord Buckethead?
it's Darth. I'm pretty sure.
No, it's not
No.
Darth.
and then I'll get the bin one as well. Which one's that? Is that Count Lord Binhead?
Yeah,
Binface.
Lord Binhead. Lord Binface and Count Buckethead.
Oh, those.
Yeah, and then-
isn't one of them the guy that originally came up with the other one?
Yeah, they're
And
played
then
by both of them were, I think, Buckethead, and then the guy that's Binface was the original Buckethead.
Yeah,
I
but,
think. So they
there
have
was
like a
also-
rivalry because of that.
there was also Elmo's dad, just a bigger version of Elmo, and his whole manifesto was he just wanted his child back. And all three of them ran in the same constituency as Boris.
Yep.
Yes.
Could you imagine if
And
they
then
won
Boris
over
still
Boris
won. Boris still won somehow.
somehow? It's probably because those three split the votes.
Yeah.
Like if only one of them ran, he would have won them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is dumb, this whole second lockdown. Yeah.
Next,
We need to get good at not having these awkward moments of silence.
As you can tell, we're all
Yeah.
just dead inside at the moment.
Well, it's it's
something
part-
we-
I have an excuse. I'm doing stuff.
I have
something
the
we-
excuse of I literally died last night.
I haven't slept in 2 days.
I have
So
no
what's your excuse, Jacob?
I don't have one.
Yeah, you're everything that's wrong with this whole podcast. Shaking my head.
Jacob was the one that came up with the podcast.
I'm the only reason this podcast exists and is still running.
Pretty
I've just
much.
had a bro moment, guys. I think I've finished. I'm 8
Wow.
words over.
Wow, what the fuck? Nice.
That's good. We can get your full attention. Also, we haven't mentioned, this is episode 11. We didn't mention it last week. We've actually managed to get into double digits somehow.
Wow.
The fuck?
Everyone,
Just
do a
that
slow
good.
clap.
Okay.
To be fair,
that-
there was a point at episode 5 where I was just gonna I think we should just bin this off.
No, we're never going to bin this. Is it like
Mm.
Texas
After-
guys out there watching this?
Yeah.
Like that
After
mad.
the world's worst
Yeah.
disaster, I was just
Like-
do we continue doing this? Because we didn't
Yeah.
record for a month, and I was like,
I think we just kind of dipped because we're like, oh yeah, uni and and fun times.
At least we're doing better than our rivals, the Complete Waffle.
Yeah,
who
we've
haven't-
absolutely.
When was their
like,
last
owned them.
episode? They've just
Oh, I could check that for you.
fallen off. They haven't. I'm looking at it now.
They suffered from a monumental dip.
Oh, their last one was the 28th of September. We've scared them off.
Jesus.
We're that
Do
good.
you reckon we can,
No,
do you reckon
no,
we
we
can approach
waxed
some of the hosts? One of the hosts.
Oh, I mean, we can do whatever we want, really.
We waxed them. They're not
it's
alive anymore. We killed them.
Shall
It's
we?
funny.
Shall we start going after other podcasts now?
Yeah,
It's funny that you
Joe
mentioned
Rogan,
complete-
you're next.
yeah, we're
It's-
taking him out.
It's funny that you mentioned the Complete Waffle podcast because they were trying to hire me before you guys.
Yeah,
Well, no,
but
they
we're
only
just
would
better.
know- No, they only tried to hire you because I messaged Sophia saying, "Oh, we're going to get Paulman on tonight's episode," and then they started messaging you, trying to get you back.
But he's just too powerful, you know.
I'm a god.
He is the god card.
He is.
Paulman helped give the podcast a little bit more energy because we're doing all right, us three, but I just thought I'll bring Paulman on. We'll just get just an
A
extra
little bit
person
more
to help pad it out.
excitement.
Some
Yeah.
oomph.
Yeah. A little extra person just to make it slightly more chaotic.
Speaking of chaotic, the US election is still going
Oh.
on.
Yes, what a
Fuck.
segue.
Oh, we're getting good at
Woo!
this.
Segue.
Nice,
Go on,
Jacob.
Nevada.
Here's a fun fact, listeners. We were gonna record last night, but the election wasn't finished, so we did it today, and it's still not finished.
There's no way it was going to finish last night. I mean,
Yeah.
Shout
Good
out to
idea.
Nevada. Can't even count.
What are the scores at the moment?
I think Biden needs 17 to win.
Because it says on the one I've got up here quickly, it says Biden's still
The-
on 264, but I don't know if that.
It's only because a
But-
news outlet pre-called a date, despite the fact that Trump could still win.
Yeah, but I mean, he is 70,000 votes ahead of him in Arizona, which is the one that got called too early.
If
Yeah.
Biden can get
At the moment.
Pennsylvania, I think he just outright wins because Pennsylvania is
Pennsylvania
worth
is
like 20.
Yeah, he needs an extra 100,000.
Why is Pennsylvania just loads of votes because loads of people live there, whereas like
Yeah,
Nevada,
which is why it's weighted so
because it's got
heavily
9 people.
in the electoral college system.
He could get he might win Georgia because at the moment Trump's got it's literally just I'm trying to do maths now, but I can't do maths at all.
This is the episode.
It's like
where,
it's about like a
scare takes a guy on.
10,000 difference. And yeah, so
I'm pretty sure they've got members that are just dead.
Probably, but like you know,
here's the thing: if you're American, if you're not American and you're listening, what you should do
Is subscribe
is
to the
first
YouTube
of all,
channel.
subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go on the YouTube video of this and type and comment who you voted for, right?
Yes,
If you, don't
engagement.
want, if you don't want to do that, go over to Twitter at @road_ramble and tweet us who you voted for or who you would vote for if you were American.
and
And
if you
want
don't
something
want
even
to
better,
escape, like put yourself in that hellscape that is Twitter.
Just go leave us a 5-star review on Apple and just put Trump or Biden. That would be an amazing review.
We turned the election bit into a shell.
I know.
Oh, vibe.
I mean, elections are basically
yeah.
shilling.
So
Think about it.
maybe next week we can talk about who's actually won.
Donate to Biden's Patreon.
Yeah.
Where can I subscribe to his OnlyFans?
Mm.
That's great because now we can put OnlyFans in the tags on YouTube and hopefully we'll get
Oh, I
more
still need to make
traction.
it.
Yeah, you still need to make it.
So we just
Yeah.
start releasing like premium episodes on OnlyFans, but they're just going to be
Why
even
would
worse.
anyone pay for that?
I
It would
reckon
just
someone
be
out there
us.
would.
You'd be
like-
surprised.
Just
No, but
You would be surprised.
No,
we,
no,
we
no,
should
no, 'cause
review
each
stuff
week-
from like certain websites on the internet.
no, I think each week we should review a human body part. So we have like feet. We
What?
talk about feet.
What is
Okay,
wrong with you?
we could
Yeah,
review
it's
it.
like-
It's OnlyFans, dude. It's what it's for. It's for weird shit.
Literally,
It's like
like
a
a
serial
2 hour
killer.
long, podcast talking about which is our favorite toe.
That's just weird.
No, we could review a fetish.
A fetish every week.
Yeah,
Uh,
fuck it, why not? It's November.
One
We'll
of my
make people
flatmates
lose.
one of my flatmates just keeps he keeps looking up stuff on Urban Dictionary, and
Oh
it's
yeah, like the
all
East
sort
Germany.
or like stuff like really messed up shit like felching, which I don't want to go into because I would probably
I
throw
know
up
that's bad
describing it.
just from the way the word sounds.
Yeah,
Shall we get him on the OnlyFans podcast?
consider it.
Shout
See
out
if,
to whatever the fuck this is.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie if he's listening.
If anybody wants the OnlyFans podcast, go over to the places you know where to go: Twitter, YouTube. Let us know, and we'll make it.
Stop shilling.
Yeah, Jacob, I've got a bone to pick with you. Because I think it was like 2 episodes ago. You were like, please subscribe to our please press the join button or whatever on our YouTube and actually, give us money. Why would anyone do that?
No,
We're
no,
like
it
the
was.
most
We don't.
disjointed podcast.
No.
We don't have.
No, I was talking about setting up on where we host our podcast. You can set up a what do you call it? You can set up a donation bit on the actual podcast.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, don't
I don't know.
donate to us. We're terrible.
So we can get money. So we can buy
Yeah.
better quality microphones.
Yeah,
Yes,
You don't
Jacob.
do
I mean,
that.
mine's fine.
Hardcore
Mine's
if
players.
you're
great.
thinking about donating to the podcast, don't.
No,
don't spend
Don't
it.
give us money.
Donate it to something more useful,
Donate
Yes.
it to the
Like us.
like
Texas
charity or something.
No, donate it to the USS Texas Fund, because if I see another dreadnought go down, I'm going to declare war on humanity as a whole.
Give
Don't
half of it to
donate to us,
charity and give the
we'll
rest to
spend
us.
it on hardcore porn.
Yeah, you would.
And then give a tiny bit to us. We kind of do. We need money.
Yeah, but
We're
if we did set up an
students.
OnlyFans,
We're in
if
guys.
Yeah.
if we did,
I'm
We're in
a
literal
solid
debt.
30 grand in debt.
yeah, if we did set up an OnlyFans, we could use that to then make the podcast better. That's what we'll do. We'll get a studio. That'd be sick.
Get
I'd
better
love a studio.
microphones.
Why
then
would
we
we
can
need
hire-
a studio?
We could hire a Jamie.
But we can't come in.
Like, Jamie, pull up these.
We're all
Well, we wouldn't get
disjointed.
we wouldn't get a studio at the moment because of the whole.
No, we could get one and
COVID
we all
stuff.
have our own room.
Yeah, all you literally got to do is have a table and then put up plastic screens. So if you got a table and made a cross section, everyone's got their own little booth.
Why would we ever do such a thing?
Well,
when
I
we
mean,
have
it would be kind of a
exchange
vibe, to be
of
fair.
where we're
So-
staying and just film.
Well, because first of all, we wouldn't be able to talk over each other because actually be able to see what each of us are doing.
That
Second
is
of all,
true.
the quality will be a lot better. And
Yeah,
third
but
of
then
all,
the
the
vibes would be
banter will
gone.
be better.
No, the
No, the
vibe would be
the
better.
vibes would
I
be
think the
better
vibe would be more. We could actually fuck about with each other.
because
like,
we would
just
be able to play
chat
off each
with
other
each other.
easily.
Yeah.
It's true. That. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can bring food. We can a mukbang every week on the podcast.
Oh, stay
my God.
tuned for the end bit because it might be related to that. My segment.
Oh God.
Are you
Stop
just going to eat a
chilling.
load of food?
If there's any more fucking food that I have to eat,
I have a chocolate orange.
No. It's just
Well,
me. I'm going to suffer through this, and it's going to be funny. I'm a
I'm
masochist.
so looking forward to whatever this is going to be.
it's gonna be.
Maybe I should
interesting.
do there should be a regular thing on the podcast where I just I don't know, I just bring some random thing along and sort of just interact with it.
It's just gonna get to an episode where Paul is like, "I've got a body bag, and it's
And it's
not
got-
empty."
No, it gets
Yeah.
to the episode. I have a body, and that's the whole bit.
But
He
Paul was
just
like, "I've
says
got
he
a
has a
body,"
body.
and then the next week
Yeah.
he's like, "I've got a plastic box," and the next week I've got
Today-
some acid, and then the next week there's no body.
I have a chainsaw.
Today I harvested 500 kidneys.
I have a box of kidneys.
It sounds
No,
like
I donated it to
Paul,
hospital.
Paul means just going to be that we're joined by a guest today, and just hear screaming in the background. It's just a guy who's got in his eyes tub as he's taking out his kidneys.
Yummy.
Now be good, behave, or you won't get any food tonight.
Just halfway through, he's like, "Sorry, I've got to go feed the kids in the basement."
Was this our bit on the election, and we went on to stealing kidneys?
Yes, because Pulvin told us we weren't allowed to have money.
I mean, let's be fair. The election's basically stealing kidneys. Like, you know, there's not that much difference.
As long as they don't steal my liver, I eat that.
Biden's currently got 264 kidneys, and Trump's only got 240.
Trump probably has lung failure at this
He's
point.
voting kidneys. Like, you can only vote twice ever because you just take your kidney out and give it to the candidate.
Number 15. Your father will die. No, that's like
What?
number 11. But like,
When
no.
people are like, I nearly died to help vote in this election.
What is up with that?
It's
Like,
like
you have
in
these diehard fans. Like, what?
no,
Woo! Trump! Yes,
in
the big orange! Go on!
in American Horror Story season 7, it's like the election, and this guy's been like chained. Like, no, they put a handcuff around this guy to like a fence. No, in the basement. It was like, I can't remember. It was like on a basement, like a pole or something. And the guy, the Evan Peters guy, goes down and he's like, "Oh, you want to go vote for Trump?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he hands the guy a saw. So the guy chops his arm off to get out of the handcuffs. And then he's like, he takes the guy who's just lost his arm to the polling station. He's like, I want to go vote for Trump.
And again, if people did vote with kidneys, right, you'd think people would be a lot more careful because you need 270 to win, right? So you need 270 kidneys per candidate, right? If you think about it, for them to actually win. So people would actually be more informed about politics if you think about it. It'd actually be good for America.
Rather than just
Someone's
either
just
orange
cutting
man
their
bad
kidney
or
out.
tired, sleepy man bad.
No, they're just cutting their kidney out, going, this is for Kanye.
Take my offering, Mr. West.
I give this to the Independent Party with their 0.1% of the vote.
So you just give them 0.1% of a kidney.
No, that's what they have. That's their whole vote.
No. When they're voting for them, they just like pluck a hair out because that's all they're worth. Like, that is the vote.
Less. Like the Democrats and Republicans get kidneys for their votes, but the Independents get like used like just toenail clippings.
Pubic hair.
Speaking of voting,
Among
Among Us.
Am I right?
It is a game. No, because
Yes, it is a game.
I put this topic on because I've been playing it a lot recently because it is a good game, and the amount of people that like there's two different types of cheating or hacking you could see in the game. You've got the actual hackers, and then you've got like the annoying people who cheat. So, like, you will load into a game as like imposter, and you will kill someone. And then you see like someone call the emergency, and you're like, and they say like, "Oh, they guessed it right, it was me." And you're like, "Okay, I wonder how they did it. Maybe they saw me on the cameras or something." And they go, "Nah, you killed my brother, and he told me." And it's just like, what?
That's
why?
not.
That's not how you
Like,
play the game.
It's so annoying. Like, literally everyone in the chat gets so angry at them. They're like, "Ugh."
Just
And
kick
then
them instead.
You get the hackers who can just go who are just like running through walls. But then, so I was imposter, right? And as soon as I loaded in the game, it was very weird because all the doors in the cafeteria were shut, but I'm the only one who can do that. So I was like, right, it seems a bit strange. And then the emergency was called straight away, and the person went, "Oh yeah, it's red," and I was like, "Well, how would you know it's me?" He's like, "Oh, because I hacked the game, so I know who it is every time." And it's like, what is the point?
It's like when
And then everyone in the chat, everyone was in the chat going, "Hi, yeah, we got him," and they kept on. That's how they kept on playing the game. I was like, why?
That's just not playing the game.
You're
That's
literally
listening
loading
to
into the
what a
game,
guy
being
said,
told
like,
who it is, and then
like when
you're done.
It's like if you're playing a game of GTA and you see someone that's like level 1215 or something like that.
Oh yeah, that happened to me and Joe. But then it also happened to me and one of my other mates called Dylan, where we're flying about and this guy's like trying to kill us. So we fly in other direction, and then he just appears in front of us and like shoots us down. Like he goes from one half of the map to the other half of the map in a second and just shoots us down. Like, that seems right.
Speaking of GTA, do you know the band Gorillaz?
Yeah.
What?
They released. No, this actually makes sense. They released a new music video today. And do you know
Yeah.
how like in style it's sort of like reminds you of Stylo, but instead of the car they're driving being animated, it's literally just footage from GTA.
Oh,
They've literally taken a car that sort of looks like Stylo in GTA and just driven it around the game and recorded it.
Nice.
But then
I mean,
right at the end, there's like everyone was popping off in the chat because I watched it like live, the premiere, and because they go through a portal and the portal opens at the other end and they land in the ocean outside of the plastic beach. So everyone was like, "Oh!"
Pog.
Speaking of
And then
Among
ends.
Us, how would you guys feel about doing a special Among Us episode? Just
Mm,
But we
YouTube
can't
exclusive.
because
Oh, bonus episode.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like
yeah.
a YouTube exclusive. That'd be dope.
We will only do it if
we could get
people
more-
pay us.
If you guys, actually want that, then comment down below or just let us know somehow, and we'll
Comment
do
down
it.
below on Spotify. Ah, yes.
I have
Yeah,
the
'cause-
name for this episode. This episode is the Shillisode.
Because
we're gonna try and clickbait the US election. We've got to get all the shills in, even the election. Just use it as clickbait.
The Shillining.
Can I have 1 shilling, please, sir? Cheers, governor. We put on here
Shilling.
holidays because none of us have really gone on a holiday this year, so we just wanted to talk about holidays.
Let's talk about the concept of a holiday. What are holidays, really?
It's just where you go somewhere different, where you normally are.
What's proven doing?
Where's Pong?
so would moving to a different room in your house constitute a holiday?
If you
No.
live in one room only and never go anywhere else, yeah.
No, I'll say you've got to move to a different, like,
Location. It doesn't have to be
location on a
country.
map. Like, you
What
can go
map?
from where you live to like
just
London.
have like a mini map.
No, you go from where you live on the map to just taking a step onto a physical map. Wow, you're on holiday.
Paulvin
You
just
want to take the
opens
place
like
on the map?
he's in his room. He just opens like Google Maps. He's like, I'm on holiday.
I mean, to be fair, most of my time I'm bored. I go on Google Maps and I find places I know. I know where the Armour 2 and the Armour 3 maps are, which is Altus, Stratus, and Cherno. I know exactly where they are, on the map. I can open it up, right now, zoom out from where we are in the worst country on the planet, other than America, and then I can zoom in on Greece, and I can find Limnos, and whatever that word is, that be Altus. Then I go up to the coast of Romania and Ukraine. Actually, it's Moldova, I believe.
You might enjoy what I talk
Bulgaria?
about in my review, Finley, because it seems like something you might enjoy.
I've lost.
We'll go into
boy.
later. That's a bit of another shill.
I mean,
Lost
I know,
an island.
Okay, Cherno is in the Ukraine. It's the very bottom of the Ukraine in the Black Sea.
Can we get back onto holidays?
Yes, can we get back on?
Yeah, I went
holiday?
on holiday to Cherno.
Because
The Armour 2 map.
I remember 2 dumb things I've done on holiday that I think will be quite funny to talk about, and will make great content hopefully.
is this the one with your manhood?
My what?
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 Oh no, this is about. Oh, I know what you're on about. Okay, I can tell this story first. Basically, Finley, do you know how we have knives at work?
Yeah.
Oh
Are
my
we
god, what?
Yeah, we have knives at work. You come into the shop, you threaten us, we'll cut you up the middle. We will.
Well, basically, I was cutting this box in a stupid way. I basically had the box leaning against my waist, and I got the knife and I was cutting down.
Did you rustle
You're
your
cutting
titties?
towards yourself.
And basically, I did it a bit too hard at the end, where it sliced through the rest of the box and just sort of whacked my penis. So I sort of stabbed my dick.
Why are you cutting towards yourself?
What are you
I don't
doing,
know.
man?
I mean, I always cut towards myself.
Never cut towards yourself, otherwise you'll
I need to cut towards myself, but a bit higher, so I don't end up slicing it off.
Your brain
But
went
you
on
can't
airplane
because
mode.
yeah, but but the knife's not really sharp, so it didn't cause any damage. But
Yeah, that's
could you
even
imagine-
worse if it because like dull knives are worse than actual sharp knives.
Oh,
I
Does it
mean,
put
the
more
worst
force
cut I've
into
ever
it?
done was I managed to cut my finger with a pin vise with a drill bit in it.
you know, at work I sliced my finger open with a piece of cardboard. I was just bleeding.
Okay,
Great.
I've got a question for you
worst-
guys. What is the most injured you've ever been?
Okay. The
I
most
can talk
injured I've
about that
ever
on
been-
my holiday story, but I'll get onto that in a bit.
The worst injury I ever been was when I was in year 10. I was playing dodgeball. I ran forward to the foul line. I lobbed the ball, started running backwards without looking where I was going, turned around, smacked my nose into the side of someone's head and broke it.
F.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
Other than that, the other maybe worse injury, I don't know. It was I was playing rugby and I got past the ball and I looked forward and there was this guy who he's very good at rugby and he was crouched down right in front of me as I was running forward and I literally had time to process this image and think I'm going up in the air now, and then I was literally being lifted up into the air and dropped back down on my back. Luckily, fairly gently, but I still got a bit of a minor concussion from it.
Should I talk about the time I got dropped on my head?
Yes.
Don't remember this.
this explains
Well,
everything.
that's because you weren't there, Finley. This was
That was
year
good.
7, so you could imagine me in year 7. I'm trying
Tiny.
to think. I would have been at least 4 foot something. I'm tiny. Anyway.
Wow.
I think that just makes it even more depressing. So basically, here's me, little year 7, finishing getting changed after PE, and the year 11s are coming at the same time to get changed for their lessons. So we were finishing, they were starting. So I was in this one bit, and this year 11 was like, "Oh, can I try and pick you up?" So I was like, "All right, fine." So he managed to pick me up easily, but then instead of putting me down, he sort of just like turned me upside down and just dropped me and just sort of landed on my head.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me before. I can relate to that. I used to be really tiny.
And it
People used to do that
really
to me a lot.
hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be fair. Anyone that is in a school at the minute, right? I'm sorry, but you're a retard. It's just fact. People that are in education, no matter how like high class education that
Finley,
is, are just stupid, which
Finley,
includes all of us.
Yeah, you go uni.
But could you
so
imagine
well.
though?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just it's
the-
dumb.
The
If you
person who dropped me was like
schools are always
6
the
foot
worst.
something.
Oh
He was
no,
like 6 foot something. It's me 4 foot something. This massive drop, smack bang on my head. No wonder I am the way I am.
a similar thing happened
Long
to
term
me.
brain damage.
I think it was in like year 9, and like I had to like I think like I got reported to the teacher or something, and then they took me like out of like a lesson, and like I had to like go into this room to write down like a letter or something. Like
A
this is what happened to me. Oh, I got dropped
Yeah,
on
no.
the head.
I
Yeah,
had to
I've
go
had that.
do. Do you know? I had to
What is
go
the point?
look at all the photos of everyone in year 11 and go, it was him.
It was that one off. Dropped
It's like
me
a
off my head.
it's like a crime drama.
Yeah.
Yes, he
We
killed
all
my
just
son.
We all
He's
just
the
start singing
imposter.
"I Want It That Way."
Oh god.
I had to do that,
Like,
but it was
Brooklyn
because
Nine-Nine
I
references.
had a bullet in my pocket, and someone like was like,
Wow,
"Oh,
yeah, that was a bit of a
don't
problem.
do that. That's bad." So I had to write a letter about why I had a bullet in my pocket, which was
Well, I
like
used to carry
I
a bullet
the
in-
history.
I used
What-
to carry
Rufus-
around bullets around in my pocket all the time.
What does
Like,
writing a
well,
letter
mine was a
achieve?
40 mil.
Like seriously,
Okay,
like what do they ship it to some like place where they just
No.
hoard all these letters?
No, they just read it, and if there's conflicting statements, well, they use it to like inform their decision as to what actually happened. They'll get a couple of people to have a statement as to what the event was.
Why do you need to write it? You can just tell them.
No, because if you
Because-
write it, they can go over it.
Yeah,
They can look back at it. They're not going to go, "Oh, what did that bloke say a couple of days ago?"
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
but then there's a fatal flaw in this, right? Okay, if you think about it, schools should work on reputation, right? If you've got a kid that's just like evil incarnate, and you just like he's murdered a kid on the second day back.
If you
Right,
got a
you
kid
should-
whose name
you should-
happens to be oh god, what's
should-
the guy's name?
You should believe the kid who's being bullied rather than this like evil demonic child
Little
born
twat.
of Satan.
Yes, but if there was a kid that had murdered another kid on the second day back, I don't think he'd still be at that school. He'd probably be in
Hypothetically,
the,
I'm exaggerating.
I mean, to
here.
be fair, we did have someone at our school that got excluded for like a month because they chased someone with a knife.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was Stanley knife.
Yeah,
Man, our school is just the weirdest
Wasn't
place.
it a
Like,
multi-tool though? I thought it was a multi-tool.
no, it was
No,
an
it was one of those craft knives.
Yeah.
No, do you know how dumb our school is? Someone got excluded for coughing, right? Because of the new COVID rules, you're not allowed to fake cough or whatever. But the kid who broke into the school during the summer holidays and chucked a stone through, chucked a whole rock through a window and smashed them all.
oh my god, wait,
Yeah,
no,
he got 2 weeks in isolation.
that reminds me of a story.
I know what you're
are an
talking about.
absolute, you're an absolute moron. Okay, so me and pretty much everyone, and our like group of friends, we're just walking around, and then you come along, Jacob, and you're like, "Okay, do you want me to throw this rock at that window?" And then he just goes and does it for no reason, and
After
he
you
just
said
runs off.
no, you just said no, and I just went, all right.
He just does. What's wrong with you? And then the teacher comes out and is like, was that Jacob? And we're like, yeah.
No, I think I can explain why.
Explain your thought process, because I still don't get it. Like, it's the
Right,
sort
so
of thing that keeps me awake at night.
This would have been like what, a couple weeks into me knowing you guys. So I was
It's
like,
the Jacob origin story.
so if you take it back, right? I used to sit next to this kid in maths, and we would start talking, and then I came and started hanging out with your group, and it was on the first day where this said kid brought a pot of jelly, and he snorted some of it so hard he then spat it out of his mouth after he snorted it up his nose. And after that moment, I was like, right, these are the people I need to hang out with. So I was like, this is
This is
hilarious.
He was trying to
then,
climb
like,
socially.
So then it was like a couple of weeks later, I was like I didn't know if you guys liked me or not, so I was like, right, I'm gonna have to try and like do something to impress them. So I was like, right, let's see what like the crazy thing. I was like, should I just lob this rock out a window? That was probably why I did it.
You realize you have a huge issue, right, with your plan, right? We're not the coolest people in the school.
I
We
know,
are
but I thought
essentially-
if you've got one guy that snorts jelly, can I be the guy that lobs rocks?
you have. What are you, a caveman?
Rock.
Because if you
And
look
that
at the
is gonna
social
be- That
hierarchy
is
of
going
our
to be a
school,
great sound clip for the intro. Who
No,
made
because-
that noise?
That was me. I
No,
went ape. I
Just,
went
like,
ape
it's just going to
mode.
randomly in there.
the social
That's like
hierarchy
a
of our
sound
school
clip
is
that's
just,
going to appear in every episode now.
it's just so dumb. Like, because
It's going to have
we're
on a
not,
soundboard.
because you've got the cool kids, right? And then I don't know, you got like a bunch of like
No, then you've got
sub-cool
the
kids, I
really
guess.
weird kids.
You've got the really weird kids, and then there's us, right? And then you've got the rejects below that.
Yeah,
So you went up one tier.
we were the
Yeah.
oddest group. We would walk around
We were
like,
weird as hell.
chanting shit at a fucking packet of crisps on a stick.
we would just throw like food at each other. This one time we actually spent an entire lunch break just getting a ball of tin foil and then throwing it at a pipe, to see if we can get it inside the actual pipe. But we didn't do that because we're morons.
No, we got it in
Yeah.
at the end.
But
We were
still,
just
we
that
spent an
good.
entire lunchtime doing that. There's something
but
wrong
we
with
did-
us.
Yeah, but we did also have a tennis ball that we used to throw around that we named Adolf.
Yeah, because we drew a little mustache on him.
What is with
Remember-
you and throwing stuff?
Remember when we would used to annoy Joe by just getting a water bottle and just spraying it?
Just spray it up his leg.
Wait, was that me
Oh.
or
You.
Yeah, you.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you
Jacob
probably blocked
did
it out.
it every lunchtime.
You
You've
just
been
did like a
so
drive-by.
traumatized by it that you
You
just
just
blocked it out.
you would just see Jabe come out of the blue, and like I think it was like me and Joey D were like talking, right? and you just see Jacob just come past like at the speed of light, doing like a drive-by with just some water, and just like just chuck it at him. And then the next thing you know, Joey D's completely drenched in water. Like, what is wrong with you? Seriously, this is a serious question.
With the smart kids, we're just like we're too powerful.
No, but I'll tell you what was weird about us was like we had our own group, but then I feel like everyone sort of was like all right with us. No one really hated us that much, I don't think.
Yeah, no one had a problem with us, other than like the proper like scumfuck retards.
Yeah, Finley, you used to literally have someone who sat next to you every lesson and just tried to hug you and just said, "Finley, marry me."
No, but I had that, and then I also in maths had some kid constantly harass me and try and fucking like give me hand jobs in the lesson. I'm like, fuck off! I don't like you. I have a genuine problem with you. I should properly just like break your nose next time you try that. You
need to message in the chat who it is because I kind of need to know who this is.
Speaking of the group, you know, like when you joined, it was around about that time that we, you know, this friend that you're talking about. You know, let's first of all let's give him a name. Can we decide on a name first?
Craig.
No, I'm gonna find.
Let's call him Shrek, right? Okay, so basically, Shrek, you know, he's just we have this like area where it's just like a bunch of abandoned like buildings in our like school like field area, and
like is this before it got taken down?
Yeah, this is before it got taken down. So, and you know, Shrek over here, he's just goofing around, you know, like I think, you know, occasionally when we're just like, you know, messing around on the field or whatever, we just like steal people's shoes and stuff. So I think he was trying to put a shoe on, but he completely messed up, and like he just went flying over the building, and like we had to like and bear in mind, like lunchtime was over by this point, so he had to go, I think, ask the head teacher.
Yeah, he hobbled to the office to ask at the office. Yeah, I got me shoe stuck on the roof.
Just there was something wrong with our group.
Remember that time when we chucked our friend's bag into a tree, got stuck, so we took his other bag to lob at the bag in the tree, and that got stuck as well.
No, it was just a complete war zone at lunch. Like you would just end up coming home just completely covered in dirt, and it's just so dumb.
Yeah, but it was so much fun though.
We're just really smart. We need you to understand this, guys. We are geniuses.
We are that smart. We have got more brain cells than the average person.
We're smarter than the average bear.
But can we go back onto my two holiday stories that we somehow managed to involve? So, which one do you want first? Do you want the one where I nearly lost my, where I put my phone in the bin, or do you want the one where I literally split my head in half? Which one do you want first?
Both.
I can't tell both at the same time.
Go for the phone one first. We'll escalate it.
Yes.
All right. So I went to Budapest in Hungary. Nice. It is a very nice place, and we went to a zoo. Because I'm a big fan of zoos, and I'm a literal. Everyone loves a zoo, and there. What do you mean?
No, I went. Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So we went to this monkey bit, and there was this sort of like bit that was like, oh, put your phone in and see how many trees you could save. So I was like, oh, this just probably weighs your phone and says like how much trees you could save or whatever. I didn't read the bit that says, this is a bin, you won't get your phone back. So I put my phone in, this little drawer thing, and it closes, and it's like, oh, you've saved 1 tree. I was like, wow. And then I opened the drawer, and I'm like, oh, the phone's not in there. My dad then had to open the drawer, stick his hand into it, and try and get the phone out.
Just imagine being
ripping the top skin of his hand. Oh, he was, yeah. And now, all the time, whenever holidays get brought up or zoos, I just get bullied about it.
And as you should, you special little boy.
Yeah.
No, shall we talk about the time how I cracked my head in half?
The fact that Jacob's dad was my postman back where I lived.
Exposing my family.
They call me the post.
Do you know? If I think Jacob is secretly like the missing link between like the Neanderthal and like the other subhuman species.
So,
thank you.
What is wrong with you? Like, you have an obsession with throwing rocks at things. You must be like a pretty like human.
I threw a rock
hybrid.
once.
He returned to monk.
you return to monkey.
No. But yeah, do you want to know how I split my head open?
Duh.
Was it with
Yeah.
a rock? Self-inflicted.
Sort of.
Oh my god.
Let me get to
it
it
was-
on a rock.
No, it's even better. Just wait. So basically, I was in Spain. We're at the villa, right? And when you come out the front door, there's this little pathway with bushes on like one side and the houses on the other. And the bushes sort of overgrow the path. So we were on the way to the car, right? And you go across this path and you go down a little couple of steps. So you're just a bit on a bit of a lower path to get to the driveway. And in Spain, the window ledges are made out of tiles, right? Sharp tiles, okay.
Oh
And
god.
I wasn't paying much attention, so I moved slightly to the left because
Probably
the
thinking
bushes
about
were on the
rocks.
right, and the bushes go over, so I had to move slightly to the left. I wasn't paying attention, and what ended up happening is I walked head first into the window ledge. And at first, I just sort of went, doof, and I went, oh, ow, that sort of
Ooh.
hurt. And then, like, I looked down, and there's just, like, blood dripping on the floor, and I was like, great.
Wait a minute. That's not
So it ended up
supposed to be happening.
Yeah, so we had to go back inside, patch it up a bit, and then we went
I mean,
out.
You know, being you
So I was
probably
just
saved
running-
that blood for like cave paintings or something.
Yeah. He painted like
I
the
put, like,
big
2
scary
stripes on my
monster
face.
that did it.
You just
Yeah.
paint the infamous jelly like moment. This is my tribe, the jelly tribe.
I just
Jelly
got throwing
tribe.
rocks everywhere. But yeah, I did once. If we're talking about rocks, I did kick a stone at the priest teacher at my primary school.
What?
Hit his car.
Oh.
Sorry, not a priest teacher. What am I on about?
Priest
car.
teacher. What is a priest teacher?
I think I'm losing
The
it a bit.
missionary guy.
Yeah, basically his car was parked outside, and I saw a rock, and I was like, I'm going to kick this rock. So I kicked this little rock, and it just sort of whacked against his car window.
I hope you liked my uncle's fucking brief appearance on the podcast.
I did everything. Vinny, can you answer my question of who it is in the chat, please? Just so I know.
Okay.
And then we can expose this guy.
Why would
But
we?
yeah, that was
Why would we go through the effort of making a fake name for him to then expose him?
No, this is a different guy. Oh,
Yeah.
that I would never have
Oh.
thought him. That's
Fucking sat next to
strange.
me in maths. It's like the time I got moved away from my mate Paul, who was in my maths class. We had like the best table. We'd like just do the maths like smart people because we're very smart, except we're not.
Mate,
And then
I used to get told
and
off.
molested for a year.
I then had to move on from that. But yeah, I used to always get told off because I used to sit next to this friend who snorted the jelly. Should we just call him Jelly Man? I used to sit next
Jelly
to
Man.
Jelly
The
Man.
head of Jelly Tribe.
We got
I
it. We
used-
got head.
I used to
Jelly
sit
Man.
next to Jelly Man, and we would get no work done.
Pure comedy.
It was sort of a problem.
Yeah, you're a problem
I
child.
am.
You know.
Can we talk about my review this week?
Yes, what are you reviewing? Because you've changed
So-
it up a little bit this time,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Basically, instead of me reviewing movies and stuff, I'm just going to review anything I haven't done before. So it could be anything each week. But so, are you familiar with a YouTuber called GeoWizard? I think that's his name. He's the guy that walked across Wales in like a straight line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, his other content, because he doesn't just walk across Wales like daily, is he plays this game called a GeoGuessr, where basically
Oh, it just puts
it
you
uses Google Maps. It puts you somewhere, and you sort of have to figure out where it is. So I was like, I'm gonna have a go at this, and I did terribly. So I've got my results here, right? So the first one, the correct answer was Brazil, right?
Come to Brazil.
And I guessed Spain. So I was 5,044 miles away from the correct answer, and I only got 63 points. Well, he's getting like 5,000 points each round. And I was like, oh. And then the other one, I did sort of all right on this one. I guessed Cuba, but the correct answer was Ecuador. So I was 1,750 miles off. I got 1,095 points. Then on this other one, I was really close. I guessed Spain, and it was an island just off Morocco. So I was
Hold on. I need to remember where
902
Morocco
miles away
is.
from. Wait, I can find it. It's a really small island. Like
Island
I wouldn't have been
speedrun.
able. I wouldn't have been able to like guess it. Let me.
Yeah, I'm having the problem that I don't know where Morocco is.
It's literally north of Africa.
Wait, yeah, okay. So was it
It is.
Costa like something?
It's one of the. No, it's one of like the Canaries, but like a really smaller one.
Yeah, you say that. Oh, okay, wait. Is it like
It's
Gomera?
La Fronteria, I think it was that one. The one's got.
Oh yeah,
Fronteria in it.
Land Fronteria Santa Cruz de Tenerife.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Tenerife though.
Okay then. So
Oh no! Sorry, I tell a lie. It was Funchal.
where?
Funchal. If you go to Tenerife and you see the island that's like above it, like a bit. Yeah, it's that one there.
That's La Palma.
No,
I love how this podcast has just evolved.
no, not
It's the
not
Google
next to it, like up.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna send a picture of it into the chat just so.
Oh,
Why do you do that to
uh,
begin with? You're just trying to instruct a guy. Like, where is this?
That's just above like the
We have
Canary
the technology.
Yeah. So then basically, the next one I did was, I was all right. I was quite close to this one. Well, I was 3,040 miles off, but it was the same continent. I guess South Africa, and it was Nigeria. I was like, all right, oh, it's the same continent. And then, this one, I guessed Colombia, and it was Brazil, but that was 2,200
Come
miles
to
away.
Brazil.
But then, right, this was my best one. Is I landed in this place, and I saw this thing, and it was like, the trees of mystery, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I was like, where's this? I like look around, and I see like a sign that says like something California. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be easy. I literally find a sign that says North 101. So I go on like the map in the game and just follow the 101 road, which is massive. It goes from like it goes from all the way from California up into Oregon. So I follow this whole road until I find the trees of mystery. Click on it. I got the 5,000 points, and I was only 39 meters away from the correct answer.
Let me just.
I was like, yes,
So is it Route 101 then?
yeah.
Or Interstate 101. Which one?
It's the white one.
Alright, I'm having like small.
You know, you got the blue ones and you got the white ones. It's one of the white ones.
What a great segment.
Okay, there's 120.
This great segment of people looking stuff up on Google Maps when
Well, no,
one can see jack shit.
it's a good game. Like you have to like look around and be like try and figure out where
spent-
you are.
You actually have not reviewed what you were talking about. You just said
Yes.
direction.
No, I haven't finished it. I was just saying like how poorly I did, but I think it's a good game.
Okay.
But it is a bit of a scam because you can only play one game a day unless you pay £2 a month for the full version. I'm not doing that.
So, in short, what's your review?
How many Adam Sandlers?
I would give it 5 Adam Sanders, which is the same amount I gave Adam Sanders' latest movie. But no, you should watch the guy play it because he tries to do like world record ones, and he's like he literally loads in, he looks and he goes, "Oh yeah, that's Japan," and literally gets it in like a second. I'm like, what? It's just a random road. I'm like, how are you doing this? And he's like, I'm watching him do it. And he's like, oh, I was thinking Romania, but the bin's making me think it's Poland. I'm like, it's
You know
just
what?
a bin. You don't
know
have
what
any
you should-
writing on it.
Do you know what you should do? Someone should like just like kidnap him, just like airdrop him to some random place, and he has to actually do it IRL.
No, he has.
Oh,
He got his girl. He got his girlfriend to drive him to places with him blindfolded and like the instructions for like headphones. She would drop him off, and he would like walk around and then put it on the game and try and guess where it was.
all right, okay.
I think he like ran away from one bit because like some weird high guy was like some guy was drugged. He was just trying to talk to him. He's like, "Nah, I'm alright, thanks, mate."
In other news, Joe, I found Fort Polk.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Yeah,
fellas,
It's as bad as it's described.
Oh God.
Yeah,
because the podcast is slowly derailing, and
yeah, it's
I don't know
slowly derailing into
I don't know how
us
much time we
talking about
have.
Google Maps. So.
Yeah, so
no, we got
should I
some
do
more
my
stuff to
segment
talk
now?
about.
Yeah.
Harmit, let me have a look.
No, we've got Pulvin's segment.
I've got my beautiful segment where it's just
Schwegman.
horrific.
Yeah.
I'm gonna torture myself for your entertainment.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
So can I do my segment now, or?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go for it, man. Go
Do
for
it.
Okay, basically, I'm gonna eat an entire onion.
What?
Oh, oh, okay, Shrek.
I have the ASMR experience of you eating an onion.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh my god, it's horrific. Wow.
Why the fuck did you do this? What the actual fuck is wrong with you?
Have they got
Oh
anything
my
to do
god. Oh
Joe-
no, my eyes are tearing up. Oh,
This is why you wear sunglasses.
oh
Snot.
no, I'm
Yes,
in
that's
pain.
The thing that I do, if I'm chopping onions, I put my sunglasses on.
Oh my god, it's just really crunchy. Oh, it's a good ASMR, but I'm in so much pain.
This
Oh,
is your fault.
I want to know why you thought this was a great idea.
because of segments like yours, it's so dead. I had to spice it up. Ah.
Next time, Pulvin eats a whole chili.
Oh yeah, I should do. Oh my god, my eyes! I can't see anything. I'm like blind.
How much of it have you eaten?
I took one bite.
Jesus Christ.
You can actually hear me crunching the onion.
We heard the first bite.
We heard
It's
the
like a
fucking-
proper crunch.
Oh my god, it is so painful.
Why did you... What? Why?
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go for another bite. It's gonna hurt a lot. I'm just tearing up at this point. Oh my god. Oh. Oh.
As you can see, guys, we are.
Oh no!
people.
Oh, I'm in pain. End my suffering. Why am I doing this? Ah! Yeah, there's this one guy on YouTube that eats an onion every day until Shrek 5 comes out. Oh my god.
Yeah, there are people that can just take it.
Shout
I
out to
can't. I'm in pain. It's my one weakness. Ah!
I think.
Okay, I'm not gonna finish this. There's no way.
Do it.
This
You
is a
said you
good
would
place
do
to
it.
end it.
Ah!
Can you describe the taste?
It feels like my mouth is burning. My eyes are so teary that I can barely see the screen. And like, oh my god. It's like eating a chili, but worse.
I don't think it is.
For me, it is. I'm
Next
really
time you're
susceptible
gonna
to
eat a ghost
spices.
pepper.
I think a ghost pepper would be okay. Because I don't know what it is about onions, but I'm really bad when it comes to eating a raw onion. Oh my god. Oh, I'm in pain. Put me out of my misery. Oh.
I'm too far
As
away to
Pulvin
do that.
cries, I would like to point out that I found the city of Wyoming in Michigan.
Oh my god, there's just tears just streaking down my face. Oh.
Just end it. Just end it.
Yeah, please,
Just
end
end it
my
there.
suffering.
Thanks for watching this episode of Ramble Road. Today's highlight, he ate an onion.
Oh
This is
no.
what the podcast has become.
Ah.
Right.
We have devolved to the point that we just eat onions.
Oh, this is horrific. Why would anyone eat a raw onion?
Finley,
Why did I do
tell them
it?
where to follow.
Why?
Why did I do it? Do I like torturing myself for content? Yes, I
You're a
do.
masochist.
Oh yes, I'm a masochist. Beautiful.
Finley, would you like to tell everyone where to go follow so we can wrap this up?
Oh yeah, follow us on
Oh.
Facebook. We don't have a Facebook. Twitter, we do have a Twitter. I can't exactly remember what it is.
Oh god.
Ramble.
Because
Yeah,
Ramble Road was taken. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I've got some onion juices. I could just pour it into my eyes and just die.
Why? We're trying to wrap the episode up.
Go watch our YouTube.
I'm trying to wrap my life up here. Jeez.
Where you will be able to see this highlight of
Well, you won't be able to see him because
we'll like animate something maybe.
What if I redo it once we start doing like video content? Just eat an onion.
Just eat an onion.
Oh.
Goodbye.
What is our YouTube called?
Ramble Road
Ramble Road
podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, go watch that. Alright, peace.
Right. See you guys.
Bye.
Next week I'll do something equally terrible, maybe. I don't know, no promises.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.